Yeah, I got a call on Thursday from the Federal Housing Finance Agency or administration. They're the overseers of Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae.
Right.
And they took all, and it was the Office of the Inspector General. And they took all my personal information. They said they were investigating charges of fraud against Chase and Freddie Mac, and that. Yeah, I thanked them at the end of taking all my information, and then they said they had no choice, that they did it because they were ordered to do so by the White House in response to a letter I'd sent to President Obama 8 days earlier.
What did you say in the letter?
Well, you're limited to 2,500 words when you email the president. I was brief. I only used 2,499. As I told my story, I told how for the last 2.5 years I've been trying to work with Freddie Mac. They wanted them to offer me a new mortgage at current market value. Something which Ed DeMarco, the current leader of Freddie Mac, was not in favor of. But I've been told by some people that I write good letters, and we actually got a meeting with Sheriff Stanek. He did apologize for the way they treated my daughter.
Did you ask him about the terrorist?
Yes, I did. I said, "Do you really think I'm a domestic terrorist?" Because that's what one of his sheriffs had said to my daughter and had said to my nephew. And he said, "No, I think you're a really nice person."
What's going on here today? I hear a lot of noise.
The gratitude party, a pre-Thanksgiving party to thank the community for all their support.
Last Monday, Jaymie, Kelly, some community supporters, some neighbors, and myself got to meet with Sheriff Stanek.
A group of the Occupy Homes people, maybe 20 of us, went down to try to gain an audience with Stanek, and almost every time we've been there, in fact every time, they have simply not answered the door and locked the front entrance, and this time, unusually, the door was open. So instead of shouting, as we usually do, to gain entrance, we went quietly inside and said we would like a meeting, and for a surprise, Stanek was there and he said, "I'll give you 10 minutes.
You know, one of the biggest questions I had for Sheriff Stanek was, why did he have to use so much violence and so much force when he came to evict Jaymie on election day? And he was pretty aggravated that he was being held accountable for the actions of his deputies. And he got pretty aggressive in that meeting, sitting on the edge of his chair and raising his voice.
Our main point was that we were really disappointed with what had happened during that raid. But yes, I would say that Kat was being assertive, and he, when this little girl spoke up in her assertive way, then he came down hard with his intimidating loud voice and red face. And I just said in response that is really not helpful. You know, we're here to have a discussion with you, not to raise our voices. And so I said the faith and justice and peace community doesn't appreciate this kind of communication. And I said, what you do is give license to your own troops with that attitude, and then kind of empower them to behave the way they did that day. And if you had a more compliant, more peaceful style, perhaps that would permeate the whole community and gain trust with people. And so he didn't like that one bit. I did my church lady best.
I think what was productive was that we were able to tell them that it's not going to be acceptable to use county resources to do Wall Street's bidding, especially not our tax dollars being used to violently evict longtime residents of South Minneapolis.
This is a real Thanksgiving party. It comes before Thanksgiving, but it's a real gratitude party. That's what I consider it, because I am so grateful to have the support and actually the love and the good feelings from all you people, all my neighbors.